everyone, to this new episode of my monologues, and I haven't finished reading a visual novel named 私のリアル充実しすぎている is what I remember. Maybe it is correct, I'm not sure, but this one is what I have in my memory. And what else? And actually, I don't know what. Today I was thinking about this, about what kind of, and maybe what else? What can I do as a punishment for myself? I mean, I really don't know. Maybe some kind of to not be able to play games. In my case, it is only also. I think it is pretty tough one and really hard tasks. I don't know why am I saying tasks when it is in plural. When tasks number is only one, and well, probably this one will be my how many days or maybe weeks should I do it? Actually, I don't know, maybe a week. This week. Actually, I don't know. Well, I think I'm pretty close, and ending is already seeing not ending. Well, at least half of the game I did read. I'm sure, and I think even something like 70% of the game I read already, and and also, what else can I say? Well, I don't wanna say spoilers maybe, or I should, I don't know, maybe someone's watching this and then he suddenly decides to play this visual novel, and it would be not good to know the spoilers, to know what is there in the plot, which choices I made, and what I get as a result in it. And yeah, it is pretty interesting. Yeah, not bad. I haven't had any desires to drop it, and I think that's all about it. Also, I got information that my Olympiad is going to be in the 13th April, and it will be online, and it means that I won't have speaking tasks, any speaking, and I'll be doing the whole test. Basically, there will be two main categories of tasks. It is reading and writing. The writing, it'll be an essay. 100% it won't be an integrated one. It will be independent, more of what I think, my opinion, and this kind of thing, or maybe later to write to someone, I don't know, your friend from maybe friends, or you are writing to him from friends, and he maybe asked you he asked you something, and you have to write an answer later to him, and this kind of writing tasks, only one task. And also reading will be just common reading tasks. There's desk, and there are questions or other stuff or other kind of tasks related to the reading, and not that much grammar tasks. Some kind of maybe there is a sentence, and you have four. You can choose from four A, B, C, D. What words? What should you put into this? Oh, I forgot the field. What field? Field which doesn't field that isn't filled. I think this is how it should be, and actually I think that's all what I know about this. I'll be doing it not in front of two cameras. Well, one of it will be in front of me, one of cameras, and one of it somewhere like, for example, I'm sitting at this table. One camera will be somewhere like there, like opposite to my face, the 2 meters I think, and one somewhere like here, or maybe here, or maybe here, yeah, something like this. And I think it is not that easier than in the when we didn't have a pandemic. What is it? 2 years ago? Yeah. No, year ago. I did also 7th grade. In 7th grade, I also participated in Olympiad and got 3rd place. And there were a lot of people, students who used phone in the class, because all of this Olympiad was set in class, and basically there was just tables, and also tables weren't just normal ones. They had kind of one of the walls here and one wall here, and the not the window, how it's called, just glass here, and here they had kind of another I forgot another. Actually, I don't know this word. Or maybe I've seen or heard it somewhere, but I don't know. Right now, I don't remember it at all. This kind of thing. I think you won't get what I mean anyway. But they basically were sitting like this. This one was their phone that they didn't give to the examiner. Some teacher who was looking at us. No. Just he must or she must be checking everyone and be sure that no one is cheating. but they had a phone and it was just like this, and they just used Google Translator or just Google and search for the answers. But anyway, they didn't do it that good as me. And this kind of thing cannot be done in this one. When it is an online test, and I think it must be that hard, because I asked my teacher how many my teacher doesn't know how many words should be in an essay or letter, but she said something like 150, and I was like, really 150? That it is such a it is not that much work, yeah, and considering the fact that I wrote an essay with 400, 500 words, and I asked how many words was it needable? No, was the norm for the 10th grade, and she said it was 180 words. I was like, what, really? Why the 16 and 17-year-olds should do their norm for the writing an essay is 180 words? It is such a small amount of words. I don't know. I think it must be that hard. No, it must be that hard, and I must get top 1. I must get top 1, and I'm sure that reading test won't be that hard comparing to not TOEFL ones. I think IELTS ones. But TOEFL courses reading is I think it is quite easier sometimes, yeah, because I did a lot of samples of the TOEFL course, listenings, readings, writings, and IELTS has more difficult than comparing to the TOEFL ones, and it shouldn't be harder than TOEFL. I'm sure, because I'm in 8th grade. It is an 8th grade city Olympiad, and this one is basically first tour, and after the city ones, first 2 places, students who got first 2 places are going into region 1, and in this first tour we don't even have listening tasks, and in the region ones they have listening tasks, and yeah, that's all what I can say about Olympiad. What else? And I have it will be in 13th March, and today's already when this one is uploaded, it is 7th April, yeah, probably 7th April, or maybe I should check. Oh no, it is 8th April, yeah. Right. Today's Wednesday, and it was 7th April. Oh, actually, I forgot that I started to go to school since 5th April, yeah. And school started. That's the reason why I lose a lot of time waking up at at least something like 8 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and then being there until 2 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. It is a lot of time. What is it? 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 hours, and plus I have to go to bed at 12 a.m. Or 1 a.m. And yeah, and I don't feel like, actually it isn't that hard. By hard I mean Mm, they were more difficult, or maybe it is just we have what is it? Repeating paragraphs. What I think this one is how it should be called. Maybe that's the reason why it doesn't seem that hard. I mean, I even did homework and it wasn't that hard because basically it is very hard to me because it is in Kazakh, and in Kazakh I just die instantly when I have to retell, I don't know what a story or not a story. The literature, for example, Kazakh literature is very difficult subject for me, and also Kazakh language, because I can speak Kazakh. I speak Kazakh pretty bad, as I mentioned, and that's the reason why I'm pretty bad, especially in these subjects. Also when I have to something like retell the paragraph in subjects like geography or Kazakh history. For example, even yesterday I had a geography lesson, and not yesterday, today I forgot. Yeah, yesterday I had a geography lesson, and I had to retell the paragraph, like in short what I did understand, this kind of thing. And instead of saying in Kazakh "Ütkene", I said English because it was just something in my reflex. I was just saying something, and then stopped, and then I had to prove why this thing is like this. And I was like, because of course I immediately said the Kazakh's "Ütkene", and yeah, that's this one shows how much Kazakh I speak and how much Kazakh content I consume. Actually, I don't think anyone even is there even any Kazakh YouTubers. I don't know, because consuming content in Kazakh, I think it is the only way to do it is go to the Kazakh village and just speak there with people, but read the content. Actually, there is no any content in Kazakh, only books, and they are very. I find them they're too boring. I don't know how to read it, and yeah. I think that's all about my Kazakh level, and school, and actually it isn't that long time left to me to go to school. What I have to go to school until 25th May, and today is, as I mentioned, 7th, and I go to school only in Monday, from Monday to Friday, and it is in this something like basically it is 2 months, and I have to not minus. Well, let's not count anything because it is another minus 10 minutes. Also about anime, what titles I completed. I completed watching anime. Actually, last episodes were meh because I started reading manga Horimiya's manga, and I didn't start reading it from the beginning. I started to read it something like 65th chapter. This is the chapter when the anime 10th episode, something like this, ended on manga's 65th chapter was 10th episode of the anime, and I started reading from it. And actually Horimiya's manga completed finished publishing in 27th March, and it is 128 chapters, and considering the fact that 65th chapter was 10th episode of anime, something's wrong, yeah. And I watched the remaining 3 episodes, and basically they just speedrun all of this and skipped a lot of things. For example, in the 12th episode they had a new year, and the third and in the last episode already 4 months passed, and in manga they don't have this thing, and everything is going pretty good, and rom-com thing doesn't stop, and I started reading it from the beginning, and I'm on 10th chapter, yeah, something like 10th chapter, and even in the beginning they skipped pretty much, and that's the reason why I gave it Horimiya only 7. I would give it an 8 if they could do not 13 episodes, at least something like, I think there could be 24 episodes, yeah, not second season, or 24 episodes would be pretty good, but they just speedrun everything, and manga is better. Well, the anime is not bad, but adaptation is not good, yeah. And manga is better, and I gave a manga already an 8 because it's really way more better, because they have more these kind of they have more moments more you have more all of the Horimiya that most of people enjoy, rom-com, and in the anime, as I mentioned, they just speedrun all of it in 13 episodes, and I think yeah. And also I watched the first episode of or I mentioned, I'm not sure did I mention it, or it wasn't, or it hasn't aired at the moment. No, I think no, it didn't. I watched first episode of the title that I mentioned I'm going to watch in this season. It is Koi to Yobu ni wa Kimochi Warui. It is disgusting to call this love. I already watched 2 episodes. Yeah, 2 episodes. And I think I did mention it because it can be 2 episodes, since I can't watch 2 episodes since the last my video, because I upload it weekly, and yeah, it is going on the same actually I forgot that. It is going pretty well, yeah, and I enjoy it, yeah. Rom-com is not going anywhere. whole atmosphere is on the same level as the first episode. Pretty good. I'm enjoying it right now, and also I watched first episode of Shaman King 2021's of Shaman King 2021's remastered, and it is pretty interesting, and I definitely going to continue it. And it won't be that difficult to do it weekly, because there will be 52 episodes, and if you do it weekly, it won't be that difficult. And what else? I think that's all about anime. And also I didn't start reading any new light novels or any other manga. And I think that's all. I think I'll finish reading the visual novel 私のリアルは充実しすぎている in something like in 2 days, I think. Yeah, I'm sure. And what kind of regimen to do, I actually have no idea, because if I can't be able to play, then my productivity will be way more low, because actually I don't play that much. It's that much, something like 30 or 40 minutes a day is the maximum that I do. Sometimes I don't play it something like a day or maybe 2. And I didn't watch that much anime or read that much manga. And basically it wasn't that. Basically it is 私のリアル充実しすぎている is considered as a short visual novel, but I'm spending more time on Hanhira, comparing it on Hanhira, because in Hanhira basically they didn't use that much kanjis and that much words that I would say not difficult. Basically it was basic words in that we have in Core 2000, but here they have more difficult words, and I spent more time on translating any word, and all of this minutes, seconds are summarizing, and it is after summarization it is an hours, and I think there's a reason, and actually it is good, because I better start to read more harder ones to be able to start reading Japanese faster, not faster, as soon as possible. And yeah, I think that's all, and see you next episode, see you next week.